you guys, I woke up this morning and it was thundering and lightning and it was raining. Oh, and I could have slept all morning. It was so wonderful. Until Hey Soul Sister came on the radio, and then I was just like, I have to get up and stop this music. I hate that song. So the question, are you mentally unstable? Which I mean, not necessarily in a specific you right there, more collective you that includes me. Are we mentally unstable as, you know, general humanity? That's what I mean. But I guess the first step to answering this question is to first define what I mean by mentally unstable, which I'm taking from a strictly psychological point of view. That is, they are irrational and do not have complete faculty of their mind. Humans are rational beings, which kind of irks me. Not exactly a fan of reason, but, you know, whatever. We're mostly rational beings. That's what makes us human. But despite that, so many human beings do things that are totally and completely irrational. We recognize that we do things that are just silly and don't matter, but we still do them anyway. And that, my friends, is not rational. I think it's also fair to assume that since the fall, the way the human mind works is a lot different than how it used to work. I think the human mind is extremely fragile. We don't realize how fragile it is. And we're all so close to having a complete and total breakdown. And I wonder, what is it that keeps us sane? I wonder sometimes about how much we can handle, how much the human psyche can take. And I wonder why we don't go off the edge more often. So when I was doing my report on Virginia Woolf, which was so much fun. I'm so proud. I haven't been that proud of a project in a really long time. I cared about it so much. But when I was doing my project on Virginia Woolf, it was terrifying how much I identified with her and her writings and her philosophies and her personality when her life was so messed up. So I was listening to a psychology lecture I got off MIT a couple years ago. I'm just getting around to listening to it now. And so on the course it talked about evolutionary psychology, just a little bit. And in one part it talked about love and how love is completely irrational and people who fall in love do crazy stupid things and it's not necessarily something that can be entirely explained by normal and average behavior. And so the consensus was that people who are in love are crazy. They're out of their minds. It's just what they do, it doesn't make sense. And so the professor asked, well, then why don't we study love and falling in love and emotions under abnormal psychology? And one of his students was like, well, because everybody suffers from it. And he was like, exactly. If it's everybody's problem, it's not necessarily a problem at all. The thing is, we're basically all mentally unstable. So I think we're in good company. Normality is still a fractured reality, something that's not necessarily healthy, not necessarily good. And yet that's what the norm is. I think it's a testament to our fallen world and our fallen nature and how sad we are, and yet we still manage to cope, and I think that's really interesting.
Wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
It's 2010.
It's 2010. What year is this?
2010.
Good job.